Hello, hello, hello. I don't normally talk about this on my channel. I do post about it on my social media, but generally try to stay away from it because I don't want to be that preachy person that's like, hey, look at me, look at how good I am. But it's really, really important because it's the foundation on everything that I have built. And I want to talk about it because I want to let you know my experience of what it's like being now over 5 years sober. Now, a bit of insight for you. I did actually record this video once already, but the entire project that I edited and saved on my hard drive decided to corrupt itself. I think probably because of a third-party VST, but I've done everything in my power to try and get that project back, and actually I have come to the point of acceptance, and that's the first thing that actually I want to talk about is acceptance. I tried my best to get that project back, but it was not happening, and maybe it was not happening for a reason. I do have the original video, but watching the video, I was like, God, you look pretty stiff. And I think I'm trying to be something. I'm trying to convey a message without just being my true authentic self. And I think in life and as human beings, we generally go around trying to play this part, trying to be something. It's quite difficult to get to that place where you're not almost pretending to be something or pretending or trying really hard to convey a message. I looked at the video and thought, do you know what? Maybe this has happened for a reason. Maybe I need to go and just record another video where I am just truly feeling the words that I'm saying to you. And so I accepted that I wasn't going to get that project back and then took it as a sign of actually, maybe this is clearing the path for something better. Also, normally I don't record my YouTube videos when I'm hormonal, and I am very, very hormonal right now, although I'm about to pop. That's also another thing that I have grown to accept as a woman, right? In this culture, still in this society, it is taboo to talk about hormones, and yet I'm in a WhatsApp group of creators, and recently we spoke about the difficulties with hormones, and we can talk about that privately. But here I am, unapologetically telling you I'm very hormonal, and this is gonna go how it's gonna go. Back when I wasn't sober, I was on the contraceptive implant, and in a sense, I was controlling my mood and my mindset. And in this process of coming into sobriety, I told myself, okay, I want to really, truly accept who I am and get to know who I really, really am. And so I am a woman and I am hormonal and I do go up and down and I do get frustrated that projects don't get saved and go corrupted. I do. I really do. Yay, technology. It needs to be normalized and I need to be okay with who I am, right? I am okay with who I am. And the more I put myself on camera, the more I post out on social media, the more okay with who I am. But prior to that, I was playing a part, and I have to be really careful to not play that part or play the character that I think people will like to see. Because to be honest, not everybody's going to like me, and that's okay, because not everybody's going to like me even if I try and play a part. I can do my best to navigate it, but let's be real, not everybody's going to like me, and that's okay, because I like me, and that's what's happened in my sobriety is I've learned to really, really like myself. Acceptance is definitely the first thing. Acceptance of when things go wrong, acceptance of who you are as a person, accepting that you're not always going to be at your best all the time. And maybe for me, I'm filming this video, maybe I will surprise myself that actually hormonal me is probably, I don't know, better on camera. Now, if we talk about the actual substance use and the acceptance there, on day one, well, day one wasn't exactly day one because I went through a journey of discovering patches of sobriety where I actually realized I liked it a lot more than using substances. So I'd already kind of practiced quite big stints of sobriety, but there was one clear day on June the 1st, 2019, where I decided that I was sick of doing this merry-go-round of behavior that I was doing. And so I had to accept that enough was enough. That was it. I accepted that this is a problem. I don't want to be doing this anymore. I am done with this life. I need help. And that's the next thing. is I went and got help. I asked for help. I reached out to people who had done it before me. I saw this girl on social media that I knew from living in Australia, and I asked her, how have you done this? And she recommended some audiobooks to me, and she recommended places for me to go. She said to foster supportive circles, to meditate, to practice gratitude, and I lent in so hard. And then the pandemic came, and that just threw me off my feet once again, because it was only 9 months and I hadn't really built the foundation that I needed in order to stay strong. And I did actually lose my mind. I did lose everything that I'd built, and my home and my music studio in London was gone, and everything that I knew, my friends, the streets that I walked down, the shops that I used to shop in, all my entire life that I knew living in London was completely gone. And I didn't know who the hell I was anymore. And a lot of people had terrible times in the pandemic, and a lot of people like myself are still on the journey to recovery from that. But in that time, I truly learnt the importance of asking for help. Please, someone help me. And I reached out to people, and they held me, and they kept me afloat. And I didn't regress. I didn't want to go back to that life. If anything, I stopped smoking cigarettes. I wasn't a daily smoker of 20 or 40 a day, but I was somebody that would smoke because I wanted the pain to go away. I would smoke a cigarette to replace the pain in my life, and it would transfer pain from one thing to another, which was a cigarette. And I hated it. I hated every time I smoked a cigarette. I felt like I was just self-harming, and a lot of it for me was self-harm. I wasn't worth anything. I didn't believe I was worth anything. But in the pandemic, I managed to put down my last cigarettes, of which I never ever thought I would smoke cigarettes, which is just crazy. But yeah, now I have no substance in my system apart from caffeine, which, you can argue caffeine, but let's argue till the cows come home. When you put down substances and when you remove them from your life, you have to do one thing, that's sit with your feelings. The thing that you've been suppressing for a large majority of your adult life is feelings. And I removed the contraceptive implant, I put down all the substances, and now I was faced with me. The version of me that I didn't really like. Why do I keep entering these painful, harmful situations where I'm subjecting myself to people that don't treat me well or will screw me over in an instant, will turn their backs on me? The problem is that when I would feel bad about being in these situations with these people or these circumstances, instead of outwardly voicing how I felt, I would turn those feelings in on myself, because it's all I knew how to do. I would take the feelings, I'd bottle them up, I'd target myself, another form of self-harm, and that was the slow progressive journey towards going back to where I used to be, which was just self-destruct. And I didn't want to be there anymore. I had to get really honest with the fact that I was doing this. I was doing these behavioral things whereby I was putting myself in these positions, and I was causing myself to feel this way and choosing to feel this way, choosing to take those feelings of resentment and bitterness and anger and frustration because X, Y, and Z wasn't going my way, and I was here yet again in this position. And so I'd take all those feelings and put them in on myself. That needed to stop. I needed to change that. I didn't realize how much I actually needed to change about myself. It was everything. It's absolutely everything. I needed to change everything about myself. And lots of people don't really like the thought of that. Changing everything that you are. Oh no, but what's going to happen? What's the alternative? What if I don't like it? It's the unknown. I don't know what that's going to be like. But you won't know if you don't try. And so here I am, sitting with my feelings in this really difficult place that I never thought I would have to face because I've been running from it for so long, trying not to fill the void with toxicity and harmful things, which I'd been doing for so long because it's all I felt I was worth. And now I needed to change every single thing about me. And do you know what? In over 5 years, it's been one of the hardest, most difficult, most painful, most life-changing growth journeys that I have ever been on. And what I've come to realize is that learning to love myself and knowing what I truly deserve and knowing what I don't deserve is so much, it's such a deeper understanding than I ever thought I realized, because, like I said previously, I was playing a part. I thought I loved myself. I thought I was a nice person. I thought all of these things that actually, nah. It was just all surface level. Really, really, really painful things have happened. I've had so much loss. So much loss in the past year. It's been one of the hardest years of my life. One of the hardest years of my life. And if I didn't have this solid foundation on which I had created in the pandemic and sought help and been honest with myself and developed the resilience and knowing what I deserve and what I don't deserve and having difficult conversations with people and learning how to say sorry and all of the things that I wasn't really fully taught, I think I would have broken this year. But what's really important for me is to be okay with me. And I didn't used to be okay with me. I thought I did, but I didn't. And if somebody told me that they weren't okay with me, I would adapt to suit them. And when you're doing something as difficult, because it is difficult being a YouTuber and a content creator and a music producer and a DJ and anything that is thrusting you into a 1920 1080 or 4K screen, anything that is putting you in that position where somebody can see just a glimpse of your life, especially with text-based platforms like Facebook and Twitter and Threads and anything with just text, or they see a picture, we're all going around comparing ourselves to each other, whether we like it or not. It is how we are naturally built. The amount of people, as I have grown on this platform, the amount of people that have called me F this, you be like, shut the F up, you're a waste of space, oh, people only like you because of this. And it took me a long time, long time to realize that's not actually about me. Because when even watching this video right now, you're seeing 2% of me. You're getting to know me, but you're seeing 2% of me. You don't see when I'm crying in the corner in my house and I'm screaming because I've lost, something that I really cherish in my life. You don't see that part, but that stuff does happen because I'm human. But what I've realized is that people will see a part of you and they will create this impression or version of you because they are seeing bits of themselves that they feel that they are lacking. Oh, I've cried for so long over people's comments. It's all of this whole journey of being sober has taught me true strength and resilience. And I've not like arrived at some glorious destination. I will still feel things because I'm still a person. But what it has taught me is that the only opinion of me that matters is my own. It's the only one that matters. If I can act with dignity and integrity and honesty and be open-minded and have good, hard discussions with people and know when I have a part to play in something and know when something's not good for me, then at least I could hold my head high and say, I'm a good person. I am a good person. I didn't think I used to be, and I wasn't actually. I wasn't very good. I wasn't very nice. I was just a ball of chaos of pre-programmed trauma. And I would not have this channel if it wasn't for my sobriety, because I wouldn't have the time. I wouldn't be able to accept myself hormonally, because either I'd be, going out and self-medicating and then hormonal. And where do you get the time in between that to feel okay about yourself and create content? Not much. Wouldn't have the awareness. I wouldn't be able to stand back from a situation and go, okay, let's just take a look at this and see it for what it is. I wouldn't have that. I wouldn't have the clarity. I wouldn't be able to make the mistakes honestly. Like, everybody makes a mistake. Everybody. I make loads of mistakes. You make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. It's okay. We all make mistakes. But I wouldn't be able to make mistakes and learn from them if I made a mistake and hit self-destruct. Like, where's the learning? I'm just going to repeat and go round and round and round. I'm just going to do the same thing again. You know, I remember when Instagram started doing their live streaming, Instagram Live. I remember being with 3 friends. We'd been on a night out together. I'd just bought my DJ equipment. It was the craziest, biggest purchase of my life. I was terrified because it was all the money that I had, and I bought it. And I had it on this table, actually. We came back from a night out, and it was on this table in my bedroom, and I was DJing, and it was 8 in the morning, and they were on the floor, and they were rolling round, and I decided to hit Instagram Live. And at that point, I'd got probably like 200 followers. And I was completely off my face. They were rolling around on the floor. I was DJing drum and bass at 8 in the morning, and my neighbour was upset. Rightfully so. Hey, thankfully, I don't have to worry about that. And if I don't have to worry about that, then I can worry about things that matter now. I can worry about not self-sabotaging because I made a reckless mistake. I can worry about the mistakes that I consciously make and rectifying so that I can just be a better version of myself. And one more thing I want to mention is the use of language. So language, really, really important in getting sober. So for a long time, I said to myself, I need to control my drinking. I need to just go a few weeks. I need to just see if I can do a few months. I need to have a glass of water in between a few drinks during a meal, and then I won't feel so drunk. And the key word there that is dangerous is the word need. Because if I said to myself, I need to not get hit by a car today, it's like, well, okay. You know, I need to not get hit by a car today. I need, like, what is that? That makes no sense. You would want to not get hit by a car today. And so needing is quite pathetic language, not pathetic person, just pathetic language. It's weak language because it sort of says that you do not have any decision in this process, that something else is taking that decision from you and you need for it to happen. And so on the 1st of June 2019, when I decided that I'd had enough, I actually remember using the words, I don't want to do this anymore. And it's so profound, the switch, because I actually didn't want to do it anymore. I didn't want to be that version of me anymore. And I can safely say that today, 5 years in, it's been one hell of a journey. It's been hard. It's been really, really hard. But I wouldn't change it. Weirdly, now I'm saying this, it's quite weird. I wouldn't change it for the world. I didn't think that the whole time. I wouldn't have this outlook and I wouldn't be this version of me. I wouldn't be able to stand confidently on a camera, hormonal, waiting for the day that I'm not hormonal. Hurry up. I wouldn't be able to do this and go, do you know what? Screw it. Here I am, world, and one day I'll be gone and no one will care. No one will care. I want to have an impact and I want to have if I do ever get a chance to have a family, I am worried that I'm running out of time. I'm 37. If I do ever get the chance to have a family, I want to be the best version of me that I can be for those people. And I think that's what it is that I want to be the best version of me for the people that matter. And, I still have a lot of work to do. I'm not perfect. I don't think I'll ever be perfect because nobody's perfect. That's also really great. I just want to be good for the people that are here. That's what it is. I want to be good for those people. And that, my friends, is what sobriety is like. It's hard. It's really hard. But it gets easier. And the growth gets off the scale. And the understanding of yourself is deeper than you could ever, 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 I swear, ever imagine. When you really, really get to know who you are and really, really honestly understand that you can be a different version of yourself and that there's so much joy in life, even if society is painful and horrible, and it is, because it is, you can find joy. You really can. And I think it's 3:00. It is 3:00. I am going to go and talk to my lovely friend on the phone, who's also on the same journey as me, and she's a legend. I'm not going to tell you her name because that's like, breaking her personal details, but she is a legend, and I'll tell her that I mentioned her in this video so she can see it. But I'm gonna go do that now because I have loving, caring people in my life, and that is also a blessing and a product of being on this journey. Everything that I'm building and creating will be growing, I hope, exponentially, and I will get the life of my dreams, a life that I deserved. And if you got anything out of this video and you feel like you deserve that too, then please let me know in the comments, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and thanks for watching this video, and I will see you soon. Bye!